It's me. I'm back. I'm live. Oh. Yesterday was a long stream. 8 hours after doing 3-ish consistently. I feel like I was bashing my brains in a little bit. Hi, Knife. Where should I put my microphone? Not microphone. Bo! Hello! Good to see you, my friend. I hope you're doing well. I think my camera needs to be like here. And we move the chat box up. I think that'll work. What were we doing last time? Oh, another update too. Convert to save. Who cares? Have you visited Dark Wallow Lake? Have you said Dog Goblin 3 times? Anyways, what did I do after stream yesterday? I just kind of like zonked. It was time to turn the brain off. You did not recognize the bodies in the water looking ass? Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, yesterday we just kind of we finished Fallout 2. That was a good time. That game I liked it. I liked Fallout 2. I thought it was a good time. Yellnats with the raid. Thanks for stopping by, Yellnats. I forgot to turn down my my notification audio. No, I did turn it down. It's still very loud. Never mind. I'm just the streamer. Just the forgetful streamer. Get jump scared for real. The trucking sim that I saw was really good though, Yelnats. Thank you for doing that again. I think that that's a great Sunday activity of just like, yeah, we're just gonna shoot the shit and drive. Just a little bit of a drive. Spiffo should not be worshipped. I love when you'd flip the Tesla into the air like a pancake. That was really good. Just anytime that you get the opportunity to flip cars and just be so nonchalant about it, great. Ideal content for me. So today what I've been up to is I cooked food after waking up at like 11 because I stayed up until like midnight and then I was like, "You know what? It's sleepy time." And then I don't get up until I get like 13 hours a day of actually being a human being. I know you're supposed to get 8 hours, but um I'm built to be a complete goofball and not do that. What is our character's name again? Carolyn. Almost 2 months. Got a little bit of a backyard going. Okay, I think I remember what we were doing a little bit. Was I prepped for anything in particular? Not really. What did I need? The drying rack? Dry small leather. This is the crafting menu. Forgive me, I gotta refamiliarize myself here. Dry. Nope. All dry. Plant drying rack. I need twine and long sticks. Where the hell do I get long sticks from? I think I gotta forage for long sticks. Or like chop down some of these smaller trees. Oh, I left my door open. Well, that's a silly thing to do, right? Fruity nuts and good grains and long sticks. True. Always in need of long sticks. Me, I'm always after a long stick. More barrels, too. Just front yard full of barrels. You never know when you need the rainwater, so. Spare crowbar. What's the... This one's fine. We'll keep that in the back, though. And then why do I have these handles? What was I doing with these? We're coming back in a little bit late, but... What does it matter anyways? Bunch of seed packets. Okay. Animal bones. Are you still looking for a generator manual? I don't believe I am. I have my generator back here connected, right? No, I do. Okay, we're good. We're Gucci on that front. Did I make myself lunch? No, lunch could be half a bottle of wine. That it could be. Let's drink some chocolate milk. You know, the milk that you get from a brown cow. Right? That's how that works. 14 cartons of milk. Man, I'm really loaded up. Anyways, I got back from going to a little bar sort of event, air quotes event. I scheduled I actually scheduled doing something at a bar with some friends. Oh, there's a... Okay. I ended up putting together a little event. AKA, hey guys, y'all want to go to the bar? And I gotta say, trying to get adults together for events is a real pain in the ass. People hate actually responding to things and also hate reading. I love my friends, but I had to go over like 4 times being like, guys, it's at this time and at this bar. Okay, well, that time doesn't work. Why didn't you say that on the... Why didn't you say that on the event when I was putting it together? Or why did you sign up for this time, for this day? It was just like, this is a very funny thing to have to go over again. Also, I'm realizing that this is better like there-ish, and then the chat box can... Yeah, that'll be a good spot for it. Well, We'll just put the chat box in the bottom left. Well, that's probably a better spot for me. Chat box can go here. Right there. Anyways. We went to a bar pretty close by. And got some delicious foods. Gotta be somewhere we can see the moodles at least, because seeing those is funniest if you get miserable. It's true. I gotta showcase just how miserable Carolyn can get. Because don't worry, she will get miserable. Playing cards and gum. I feel like having a box of playing cards with you has got to be a good... A good, like, oh, well, I'm stuck in the airport trying to do something. Might as well play, like, Hearts with me and a couple of friends. Or, like... Can I turn the sapling into a... I can. Long stick. Okay, just trying to make sure I'm not getting myself into trouble. But yes, my friends and I, we end up getting a couple of different things. End up getting some burnt end nachos, some, I think it was cheese bites. Some cheese curds, that's the one. Cheese curds, yeah. They were really good. Those were probably some of the best cheese curds I've had in a hot minute. Okay, we got enough long sticks now. We have several logs that we can turn into planks. I should probably pull the car over a little bit more so I'm not running as much. Yeah, right about there. Anyways, cheese curds. I got fish and chips, which, you know, really funny because I live in Utah. Then again, I feel like a large amount of fish and chips is just frozen, pre-packaged kind of deal anyways. So it's just like, I'm getting the experience that most people get. Not a whole lot of coastal fish and chips that I've seen. I should probably actually get fish and chips somewhere that has fish. Probably a good idea. I'm sure it's delicious. I was talking to Knife about living the true Utah life. Frozen foods, baby. It's all we have. I was talking to Knife about it, but yesterday we got poke bowls because we were paying rent, and that's kind of our traditional. Our traditional. All right, well, we went and paid rent. Might as well go spend more money. You know, make the The medicine, the medicine of paying for that a little easier. Traditional rent paying date. Yeah. What, you're saying you don't have a traditional rent paying date? You don't go on a date with your significant other or with the person that you pay rent with? That's ridiculous. Why wouldn't you do that? We're spending money already. Most people don't pay by dropping off a literal check. I feel like I've had more places that I've lived that I've needed to pay for rent by dropping off a check. I think that might just be because the landlords are all old school, or at least most of them have been. But, you know. My character is dehydrated. I'm not complaining. That way we don't have to pay a $34 online payment fee. Yes, that's really the big takeaway is like, I'd rather pay by check. You just go to my bank and be like, okay, guys. Just give me a couple more checks. I'll just keep paying my rent that way. Don't mind that I'm back every like 6 months asking for new checks. Please. Although it hasn't been an issue previously. But yeah, dropping, like, I'm fine with paying by check. How do you write a check? Doesn't matter. Who cares? A skill that's probably gonna go the way of the dodo. It's okay, I know how to since I'm old. I do as well. I did actually have classes that were like, all right, here's how you write a check. But I think I was on the tail end of people actually learning how to do that. Is this enough twine? Can I make a drying rack this way? That's not the right one. Building. Simple plant drying rack. Simple leather drying rack. Dry herbs, peppers, and flowers. Build this drying rack right right in the entryway. Gotta get my long sticks. But yeah, just crude wooden fence. Leather drying rack. This is such a... My living room is my leather room. What are you talking about? That's not a weird thing to say at all. I'll take these... Hang on, can I even dry them like this? Small leather drying rack. Oh, okay. It takes that many? Takes 7 days too? What the? Me too, buddy. Well, that's one way to get dried leather. Some it's all not gonna matter anyways. We're going to die regardless of what we may hope. You know, I would love to try and learn some blacksmithing, but I think I gotta finish walling myself in. But yes, paying rent by check has been really nice. It's just it gets you out of the house. Like sure it's an old man type activity, but I don't really care. Oh no, I have a reason to leave my house. Something that I'm trying to do more of anyways. I already spent enough time doing hang on, do I have another carpentry book? 7 to 8? I don't think I do. Whatever. The skills are wall. The skills, they're being acquired. Bit by bit. I should probably go to Moldra and try and get some books that way. How are my... How are my foods looking? Seedling tomato. Well watered. My pumpkins are looking fine. Most of this stuff is looking fine. Destroyed jalapeno? No! How was it destroyed? Jalapenos and strawberries right next to each other. Do you think you could get like a strawberry sort of hybrid? I was chomping on them, sorry. I destroyed it. Knife. Why you gotta do that to me? We were so close. We could have had it all. I like hot pepper. You know, actually that makes sense. That's fine. I understand. You know, I think it may be time to make some sandwich. Oh yeah, I made cake. I forgot that I made I made candy cake with cinnamon slice. That's a really good post-apocalypse kind of meal. Delicious, delicious cake. I know I'd be happy with it. Let's cook up some eggs as well. Make some sandwiches, and also great for the road. Hard-boiled egg. Pretty good for the road. We'll also make a hard-boiled egg sandwich. I think we're going to go on a trip to Moldra. I think I'm going to need to load up my trunk with a lot of... just an insane amount. How much of these am I using? We'll go to Moldra. I'm gonna need to load up an insane amount of ammo and weapons. But I think it'll be a good way to fully stock up on a couple of things. Bring a couple of chips and stuff. Maybe like a ginger ale. We're road tripping. Mojiska. I don't know if that's the proper accent at all. That gives me the vibe. It gives me the vibe of it. Forgive me. Olives and egg sandwich. Capers too. You know what? I could see it. Kind of like a... peanut butter too? Okay, I'm a little less interested in that, but... that'll be breakfast tomorrow. Going to bed super early. Poor Carol is, what's my alarm for? Oh, it's raining too. That's perfect. I was gonna say, maybe we should wait. Maybe I should put off traveling until it rains. But nope, no need. Yeah, this is not a ideal sandwich, I don't think. I think it's more of a I'm just throwing shit together kind of deal. Do I have anything else in the fridge that needs to be eaten? Yes, my cake slices. Everything else is in the freezer. If the power goes out, that's really the thing that I would have the biggest issue with. Oh no, my mayo's going stale. You know what? Just put that in the freezer. Freeze that. We'll start tossing some of these things in the freezer. Take a spare water bottle too. We don't know how often we'll get the opportunity to really stop off anywhere. Eat cake. Yummy. Okay. I need to load up a couple of weapons into the van. What do we have? I think M9 with a bunch of ammo would be pretty smart. Probably at least a bullets and a shells bandolier. Where else do I have all my stuff? I have a lot of 12 gauge ammo. Where did I find what ammo types did I find recently? Did I make? Yeah, I made more stuff for it. Carton of 38 special 5.56 and 7.62. And then the rest of this is just kind of like I'll get 12 gauge rounds and my 9 mil. Is this too much ammo to be bringing? Probably. I'm being crushed by the weight of all of my things. No, okay. It looks like we're gonna be at an okay spot. Put back the bandolier. M1A? What rifles do I have right now? The MSR 7K uses 5.56. The MSR 788 uses 7.62. Did they change those? That feels like something has changed. And where did my pistol go? I swear I put the pistol down with everything else, right? Or is that upstairs? Uh-oh. Where'd my pistol go? No, never mind. I have it. I know that I have other spots for them too, but you know, I gotta double check. And then let's do some reloading. A ton of boxes of 5.56. Might as well do it from the comfort of our vehicle. And then we also have the shotgun. So between the two of those, I think we should be in a solid spot. Many, many magazines. The usefulness of having just so much ammo. This is why we cranked it up. Ammo would be the real big limiting factor for a lot of this stuff, so. And I like being able to shoot my guns. Forgive me for prioritizing a little bit more of a an enjoyment-based. Well, more like how much. What is one of the more entertaining? One of the more entertaining things that you can do for streaming Zomboid. Shooting things. At least I find. And then the shotgun. Pop that in there. Pop that in there. Just open box of these. It's what? 25? Okay. Has it always been 25? I don't remember. Anyways, we're gonna aim for getting to Moldra, establishing a forward base there, and trying to get books or like weapons ammo. Food is mostly fine. If the power goes out, really the biggest thing I'm concerned about is the power going out. Wait, this is one of the faster ways to get out of here. Going out through the park. Through the park that this person lives right next to. Driving right into a tree. I should probably clear these out too, just to make sure that I don't encounter any issues. I may need to hotwire a new car. Do I have gasoline? I do. Do I have a tube in my... I do have the rubber hose. Okay, well, we're fine then. We'll be fine. We made it to West Point. I think Moldra... Where was Moldra? I think it's somewhere like over here. Anyways, we'll see if we can stop by anything interesting along the way. But I mean, for the most part, like I think we're just hard going for knowledge. The big knowledge. Oh yeah, I forgot that this way has a bunch of zombies in the road too. I kind of want to have the... Are those rabbits? I want to have the crowbar on my back. And that way the shotgun will also attach this to the holster. Shotgun's in the hands. Oh yeah, this is a weird one. Okay, we follow the KY, the Kentucky 163. I think that's what we follow for this long. KY Jelly 163. A product that will definitely not give you a skin rash. Wait, was this the... Did I just miss the crossover there? No, it's just past this. It's on the next one. We're just driving. I just like trying to drive by map IRL. Yeah. Did I miss my turn? Oh, shit. What road are we on again? What road did we just turn on to? Yeah, I was fortunate enough to not have to do that too many times. I do remember a story of my father uh, getting lost on the way to a Christmas party and just being like, "Oh yeah, I know the area. I'll figure it out. I'll be able to do it. Don't worry about it." And lo and behold, I think we ended up being like an hour late to the start of the function, and we were in the car for like 20, 30 minutes at least, just like driving through suburban neighborhoods and him being like, I think we're close," the entire time, not realizing where he needed to be for the right to get to the right place. It was in the cell phone era, but the pre-smartphone era. Everybody had a cell phone, but it was much more like you give somebody a call and it's like, "Hey, what's your address again? And I need you to direct me for the next 15, 20 minutes to get there, because you're more familiar with the area where you live than I am." We got bunnies in the road again. Guys, can I get you out of the road? Like, can I get you to split off a little bit so that I can actually get around you? Thank you. Yeah, I remember when the iPhone and the iPad, well, specifically the iPhone first came out. I think my dad hopped on like the iPhone 3, iPhone 2. And I remember him showing off some of the apps off of the App Store. The so many different games where you could like pretend to shoot a gun, or it was like I remember playing one. I can't remember what it is. It's probably defunct by now. It was like a terrible little like, what's the meme of the week? Let's add that to the game kind of game. I think it was like Idol God or whatever. It really doesn't matter. I remember doing that several times and being like, I want to get an iPod Touch. And my dad said, okay, I'm going to need you to do 100 hours of labor around the house. iPad baby. Yeah, I'm an iPad baby. I'm the proto iPad baby. I was the iPod Touch baby. Raised by the iPod Touch through the old school. Holy shit, what is this place? The hell is this? Things are gonna get a little wild very rapidly. This seems like a small town that would be worthwhile to loot. This is a large cluster of zombies too. This might be enough to Molotov, actually. What town is this? I do not remember what town this is, but I can tell you that it's probably worth looting based off of... if I'm going exclusively based off of... the sheer amount of zombies, this place is gonna be worth looting. Oh good, my canteen's empty already. Now we see if we can get enough of these guys clustered together. We'll probably end up burning down several areas here, but it's fine. I was gonna shoot them, but then I saw just how many it was, and I was like, I think that's gonna be most of our ammo doing that. Hey! Makes me think of the Dark Souls 2 hey emote. Or the Dark Souls, is it Dark Souls 2 or 3 that has the talking emotes? I think it might be 2. I know that we'll end up returning to Aga at some point here. Simply because the channel point reward is too tempting for knife. Making me play that game again. Which is funny. It is funny to make me suffer. It's fun, like, you see the point buttons for, unless Daft gets to it first. I don't know. I don't know how many points Daft has. He has not communicated that to me very much. Okay. Molotov time. And then we just get them to go in a little bit of a circle, and we wait. Really, I should have gotten some water before doing this. Do I have... I did pack an extra one. We'll just, we'll just go into this field here. Behind this, what is this? This looks like a gas station. Uh-oh. Some of these guys are not staying close enough. We're losing interest. I would prefer to burn down mostly the field and zombies. These guys are really dragging a lot of flames with them, huh? Assimilate into the flaming masses, please. Oh, this is a burger place. Useful. Burn. Is this why you wanted me to play Zomboid? Because you knew I was gonna wanna set things aflame, you know, cause a little bit of a kerfuffle, if I could do so, mayhaps. Now's the perfect time to go shooting. We already have the flaming masses set up. Several of these spots, if they just burn, will not matter. Are some of them already dying too? I didn't think it would take this long. Like, I didn't think they would be dying this fast. Did they increase how rapidly zombies die to fire damage? Yeah, they're all keeling over mighty quick. It just means that I'll need to try and get the flaming gravy train going a little bit faster again. Just keep popping a shot every now and then, attract the larger masses. Maybe it's just super good, cool fire. Yeah, maybe. Really cool fire. They may have adjusted something to do with the Molotovs. I don't know. It's a possibility. I'm just trying to wake up the ones close enough by. FP tools? Oh, okay. Place to get some tools, too. Ah, okay. A couple of them coming out of the woodworks. I need to make sure not to light myself on fire again, because I have done that previously, and it has not been very pleasant. Carolyn is a burn survivor. Also a 3-story fall survivor. We're very lucky she didn't end up, like, breaking an ankle or anything. Falling off of a roof survivor. She's goated. Yep. She's more powerful than we could ever imagine. She's a woman with a drive, and also a little bit of insanity, because she is wearing the bunny ears and the mohawk. It looks pretty good, though. I can't lie. We stay silly. Look, a little bit of insanity is good for you, right? Just a little bit of it. It keeps things interesting. Uh-oh. We've got flaming zombies wandering towards houses. Please don't light that house on fire on accident. Did they increase, like, the variability between zombies' health? I think that might be a sizable factor in why some of these guys are lasting this long. I was like, I didn't think that it would be this short to get them assembled like that. Does the rain affect it? It might. I have no clue. We're tired already? Carol, can you eat What do I have? Eat some, can I interest you in an egg in this trying time? Can I interest you in several eggs in this trying time? How fast do you guys think you could eat a hard-boiled egg? I'm gonna be real, I'm not very fast at eating. In one bite? No, come on. Nobody's eating a hard-boiled egg in one bite. Well, maybe not nobody. Okay, 2 bites. 2 bites! If anybody says to me, I can eat a hard-boiled egg in 2 bites, I'm gonna be like, okay. That makes sense. If you say that you can eat it in 1 bite, I'm gonna be like, you gotta have a crazy big mouth. A hard-boiled egg is not the easiest. Oops for Cash, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Oh, we achieved our follower goal of 120 followers. Yippee! Holy smokes, it's the famous Mitsend from Yelnats chat. Yeah, I'm a pretty big shit poster there. Yelnats and I have done a couple of things together. But mostly I just shit posted his chat. Look, I appreciate having banter, and Yelnats is great at that. Yelnats is great at it. Wanted to chime in and say 1 bite egg is self-induced pain to flex, but 2 bite egg is totally normal. Absolutely. If you can eat a hard-boiled egg in 2 bites, I'm gonna be like, okay, yeah, totally reasonable. Hard-boiled egg in 1 bite? Why would you do that to yourself? Like, I don't have a big enough mouth for that. I'm a little bit of a yapper now, but that's a lot of mouth movement. Can't even prove or disprove it because I don't eat eggs. Yeah. Been on the pickled eggs lately. They're a 2-biter. They don't taste good, but they're healthy and easy to plop one down in the morning. We actually started doing pickled onion, and I'm like, if I throw a hard-boiled egg in that brine, it's gonna last for a little while. I also really love, like, pickled food, so I'm probably not somebody to complain about pickled foods to. Last a long time, it's kind of sick. Hell yeah. How long are we talking about here? Because, like, you know, oh good, like months, I think. Honestly, that's perfect. Maybe I'm gonna start looking for when eggs are cheap, just so that I can hard boil them all and plop them into some pickling liquid. I'm new to this pickled egg thing. If you like pickled food, get on the eggs because it's the healthiest breakfast food and requires no cooking. Yes, yes. I mean, I like pickled food. I like eggs. I might start just pickling up. That's the big thing about eggs for me. Like, if I eat just egg, it kind of makes me feel a little bit sick. I may have a mild allergy or something, but pickling. Now that's where we're talking. You know what? This is why I have a gun. Anybody else? Anyone else stepping in this neighborhood? The way they ragdoll, though. How many do we have? I thought I got a good chunk of them. Okay, well. The excessive exertion is bad. Let me in the car. Make a little bit of space this way. But yeah, breakfast is one of those, breakfast is a meal that I do not eat frequently. When I wake up, I'm like, I really don't want to put any effort into making myself food. It's kind of a pain in the ass. I feel that. That's why already boiled eggs might be the new meta. That or granola bars. Actually, I feel like going with like a granola and yogurt and like 2 hard-boiled eggs might be like the best breakfast that you can have. Better than nothing, too lazy to make stuff in the morning. I mean, I think I'm with you on that lazy meal kind of attitude. Just a little bit of, like, pre-make the granola. You can make huge batches of it. The spouse and I have done several batches of just this one recipe that we have from a cookbook that we like. And it's really good. It's like, I don't know how much it is per serving, but I don't think it matters because it's relatively cheap. Like, it's granola, you know? It's cheaper than buying granola bars or making big batches. Sorry, not making big batches. Make granola bars or like pre-packaged granola mix, you know? Also, you get a little bit more control over the flavor and like general quality of the product. Maybe some like Greek yogurt in the morning with that. Some fruit. What else? Really, just the fruit is all you need for, like, you're hitting everything that you could need for the day. Granola is a really good long-form energy source. Just because, like, people don't talk about this, but we do digest things at variable rates. Like, more fibrous things do be taken longer. And they do, they talk about this with diabetic diets too. Like, you can't just have processed sugar. Almost anything you eat, it's gonna have sugar in it. So you got to be good about eating foods that are, you know, easier to process over longer terms. Like, you're gonna be eating more beans, more, like, just more fiber in your gut is really good for you. I know Reddit loves to talk about colon cancer being the newest, like, thing to be concerned about, which it is, but a lot of that is because we don't eat enough fiber in, like, the typical North American diet. The typical North American, you know, maybe like the Western diet, although they're like, I think it just depends on how you were raised, really. Yeah, colon cancer is like entirely because of red meat and not enough fiber, isn't it? I don't think it's just the red meat. I think it's a multi-factor problem. Like red meat is, you don't want to be eating exclusively red meat, but if you have uh if you have poor willpower, it's very easy to be like, yeah, I'm gonna eat red meat because it tastes good and is delicious. This may have been a bad call here. Here, we'll just get everybody this direction. Make him have to hop the fence towards me. My aiming has not been good enough. But it's a multi-factor problem. Red meat is a contributor for it, but it's not just the red meat, you know? It's a lot of people forgetting that you gotta eat. It's like, it's the same people that go, oh, I went to Taco Bell and it made me shit my brains out. It's like, brother, when's the last time you ate beans? Like, it's definitely partially the shitty beef product that they use, which, again, I've talked about this a little bit previously, but I'm fine with a little bit of soy in my food, like, to pad out my meat. My problem lies in using the soy to pad out the meat and not saying so. Because I've been eating a lot more plant-based. I've been trying to eat a lot more fibrously, a lot more just greens generally. And a very major factor in people not again, it's just the shitty beef at Taco Bell. I think that it's just workers not paid enough to give a fuck, so they don't, which I don't blame them for. It just means I don't really want to eat any of the meat products there, which I feel like is not a hot take. It's like the same people who are not just taking care of their bodies generally. AKA, I see millennial. I see people saying like millennials are really bad about taking care of their body, which, like, I'm kind of on the cusp end of millennial Gen Z, and everybody has their own issues, but I think a lot of it is millennials getting raised by parents who are not the most familiar with like what it takes to be a good, like, to have a good diet, not be a good dietitian. Like, it really comes down to how much are you. Oh, good, rotten food. Chocolate bar. You know, this place has got some stuff going on. Please tell me this. Okay, bedroom window not busted. Good, good, good. I wish I could get a house like this anywhere worth living. Just a one bedroom kind of flat. That'd be awesome. My hair grew out again. You know what? I'm gonna keep it like this for a minute. I kind of dig that. There sure is a lot of screaming happening. She's gone soccer mom kawaii. She has. Kawaii soccer mom. Dish towel, cereal, and lentils. Okay. Can toss a couple of those into the back. But yeah, what is with the I can't eat at Taco Bell. It makes me shit. It's definitely not associated the way that I binge drink, right? Oh, that's a couple of zombies. Did they notice me? They did. Oh my god, there's so many of them. My food! It's gonna burn! Guys, hold on a second. I gotta get my bacon. No, never mind. It's fine. Eat this package of corn. But yeah, Taco Bell. That's what I was saying. That's like, what was with that? Was it just the culture of binge drinking? Knife, you were more there than I was at this time. I felt like the mid to early aughts into the 2010s era was more prominent with binge drinking, right? I mean, all metrics, people are drinking less anyway. Yeah, I mean, the cannabis lobby. But yeah, also red solo cup zeitgeist. True, I completely forgot about the red solo cup association. Like just the red solo cup party vibe. Did I grab one of these? Let's just grab a box of each of these. Pop them open. Refill my stuff a bit. We'll deal with the rest of this inside too. There really was the alcohol lobby is just so normalized, you know? Or at least was pre-COVID. I think COVID enough people were binge drinking or like had people they were with that binge drank that everybody's like, I see how negative of an effect alcohol can be on your life, and I don't really want to participate in that. And I respect the hell out of that. It's not exactly easy to watch other people hurt themselves and be like, yeah, I want to do that too. That looks like a great time, right? Not really. Not really at all. But yeah, like the millennial sort of idea of drinking that much and then being like, "Oh, I think I have Oh, this is an NL bill. Fuck. I was like, where have I heard this before? Oh, yeah. Anyways, I think I might have a food allergy or something. Are you sure? Are you sure it wasn't just the copious amounts of alcohol that you consumed? Maturity is realizing age is drinking until 4 a.m. Maturity is having the option to drink until 4 a.m. but instead going to bed early. Because it'll affect your gym gains or whatever. I saw somebody else talking about this. Oh yeah, it was Zach Smeagol. Yeah, it was Zachary Smeagol talking about, like, why are millennials, not millennials, why are X group drinking less? Why, wow, what the fuck was the name of the video title? I can't remember. Maturity is having a favorite country of origin for blueberries. That's a good... that's good to see you, Unholy, by the way. That says to me that you have a favorite country of origin for blueberries. If you're getting it from a big box store, I'm gonna tell you, most produce is a better country of origin outside of the U.S. Right now, Peru is killing it. Noted. What about raspberries or like strawberries? Are those also Peru? You know, I went to Washington State and went to a local farm where you picked raspberries, just however many you wanted, for like an hour or so. I came back with like 6 pounds of raspberries. I did not eat them all because I would have, but I did not eat them all because we were still road tripping, so kind of hard to keep 6 pounds of raw strawberry with you. Last batch of raspberries I got was garbage, so little taste to them. Spoil crazy fast. They do. I mean, they don't spoil that fast if you get them fresh. Like, fresh. Because we get them pretty fresh, but by the time a lot of places are getting their strawberries or, like, produce imported, it's already past the halfway point a good chunk of the time, right? Who the fuck is busting down? How many zombies are in this, like... This has got to be a town of, like, 200 people. How did you get in there? I think there's a seasonal thing too, right? Depends on what time of year and where they're from. True. A major contributor for good produce is your hemisphere being in a growing season. Because, like, I mean, the winter, if you're getting produce, you're getting it from more the equator region or like southern hemisphere. I think a lot of it is, you know, it. Do you have any local farmers that are growing this? See if you can support local. That's generally the mindset I try to have with it. Like winter fruits, because it means they were grown outside of the Monsanto territory. That's true. Hey, maybe it's a bad thing to have like 6 companies own all of the growing capabilities of a country. Maybe a bad thing. I know, hot take. And you're gonna say to me, but Mitchell, why? What? Think of the shareholders. Think of the shareholders. How else are they supposed to make their money? Please, please just let me have 6 more GMO crops that put family-owned farms out of business. Just more. Just a couple more of those. Fortunately, it seems a bit late to put the toothpaste back in the tube. I can think of a couple of different ways to fix this issue, but most of them I can't say out loud on Twitch. So some of them do include the parent corporation of Twitch being dissolved. And that idea would have me killed. Is there, whose door is getting busted down? And is this the bathroom? Oh yes, of course it is. Anyways, as I was saying, it's okay. Like, I do believe that we can fix this problem. It's just gonna require a lot of effort by a lot of people. Thing is, you can't organize or speak or they take you down, so you need every individual to commit to the actions on their own, which seems fruitless. I think I choose to believe that people are good, just generally. Most people don't wake up and think, man, how can I be the worst person that I can today? And I think it's more of let's say it's an embrace of the more animal side of us, which is saying, okay, how can I fix my own problems? How can I fix my own problems and like set myself up properly for a good future? And a lot of those actions tend to be screwing people over. You don't have to be bad to be part of a bad system. See every tyrant nation in history. Most people in those nations were normal people. Yeah, and I'm about to say something that a lot of people do not like saying. I don't think a lot of Russia is full of bad people. It's a lot of people keeping their head down because they're in a shitty situation and there's no other option. Like, you can organize, but like, we want to live. People want to live generally. Same with China, same with America. It's mostly the same everywhere. Yeah. It's just these very, very there's three countries that have a one common theme there. They are large countries that it's difficult to travel in, or difficult to get long distance travel in on short notice. Well, there's more to Russia too, but they've been dealing with stuff for a long time now. I don't think it's I think it's just generations of things being bad. Russia isn't even that big anymore, TBH, economically or militarily. Oh yeah. Like I think the last decade really didn't hit the right button. Deep wound. Hang on. Owie. Deep wound. Do I need sutures for that? Glass in the forearm. Not a pretty picture for sure. Just because I misclicked my button. Anyways, I think that there's good people in the world. Stitch. Yeah, that's... I don't like those sounds. Heavy pain stitched. Okay. Do I have, painkillers? Oh no, I don't have painkillers. I'm so sorry, Caroline. I can't believe I've done this to you. Forgot to bring my painkillers. I must have had them all already. I didn't even need to climb in through the... Oh well. Silly mistakes. How do these houses not have, like... Well, they don't have the proper equipment for that loot table, actually. I was gonna say they don't have painkillers, but it's because the bathrooms are really not... Okay, this one might. Nope. Bath towel, though. God, having to stitch your own arm. Ugh. I can just eat nacho cheese. You know what? Sure. Sure, we... In this house... Does it matter? As bad as things seem right now in light of history, they're really not too bad. Yeah, we have really good and easy lives compared to a lot of history. I think things are going to be getting a little worse for a little while. And that's the part that people are not ready for. I think most people aren't willing to accept that things are going to be bad for a little while. We've had easy times, so it makes it hard to accept that the bad times can be back, or slightly more bad times. The old tough time makes strong men. Makes good times, makes weak man cycle or whatever. It's kind of that, yeah. I'm not going to say like that's inherently true, but I think that there is at least a kernel of truth to it. When times are good, it's easy to be like, I can do that tomorrow. When times are bad, it's like, I really should have done that yesterday. That's part of the reason that I try to, or at least trying to be better about communicating with people IRL. And like really learning how to brush up on my communication skills and just generally, it's why I'm streaming again, kinda. I want to continue to brush up on my person skills, and really it's just like being able to talk, not just let other people talk all the time. But yeah, we very much like to think things will be good forever. They will not. Although I do think that there is a huge issue, at least for America, in we need to be able to take apart our history. Bro, how do they have alarm systems? I don't know. Not the zombies don't care though. You have anything interesting on you? No? I'm trying to get away from it a little bit so that it's less obnoxious in the ears. Pancake mix, hang on. We'll take a couple of canned foods from this place. We don't really need food. Or like knives or anything. These people, what the hell kind of meals are these people having? They have frozen ham and steaks in their house, and that's like it. The neighborhood of like 3 people. Colon cancer house? Yeah. Where are your beans at? Where's your fiber? Your oats, even. Really, I'm trying to eat more in line of what you should be eating generally, trying to avoid that colon cancer. I already have enough colon issues in the form of like a tissue, like a connective tissue disorder. AKA you know how much connective tissue you have in your body? Because I'll tell you, it's a lot. Anyways, that does make it a little bit harder to eat lots of fiber, but it does feel better, generally. These people, why do so many of these people have overalls? Did I interrupt the county square dancing contest? Or did the zombies interrupt that? How are there still so many of these guys here? Holy shit. Is there storyline to this game, or is it mostly sandbox? It's really just you make your own story. It's a very wide game, but some systems are a little deeper than others. We have, what, like almost 2 months put into this character thus far? My God. So we're pretty kitted out. A lot of the early game is just like, can you have enough? Do you have enough resources to be able to deal with stuff? And can you like sneak around zombies? Once you reach a certain point, you stop giving it fuck. Horrible stories in game anyway. Just click through all the dialogue. I like mechanics and progression usually. Yeah, this is a pretty good choice then. Might enjoy a game like this. 7 Days to Die, I've heard, is kind of good for this this sort of gameplay. I'm a big fan of Zomboid. I've been following it since the early access days. As soon as it got greenlit on Steam, I was like, oh yeah, I'd love to play this game. Hopefully it finishes sometime in my lifetime, because it has been getting developed for 15 years now. Dwarf Fortress also in a similar vein. Not necessarily in the similar vein of gameplay. It's a lot more RimWorld in that way, but an IRL friend who's obsessed with Dwarf Fortress. Yeah, Dwarf Fortress is an addiction for a lot of people. Really good time waster game. How are there this many? I swear I've killed so many of these guys already. Okay, let's get the shotgun out. Come on, guys. Yeah, I haven't played a whole lot of Dwarf Fortress either. I have played RimWorld, also in a similar fashion of, I feel like these are pretty, these kinds of games are regarded as longer form. Because you need to dedicate quite a bit of time to actually, like, make progress. This is where you need, like, a kerosene tank you put down or gather, shoot them or something. The closest you can get is a Molotov, and, well, no, there are pipe bombs, actually, if I'm remembering correctly. Anyways, there are Molotovs, but that does also entail kiting a bunch of flaming zombies around, as you can see with this burnt out section of this is a lot of zombies. This burnt corner. How are there still more zombies? I'm gonna run out of ammo. I think most people think they'd live for years in an IRL project, Zomboid. Not true. I think most people would die to foolish mistakes. I feel like the amount of people that would simply die because they don't have food to survive the winter would be a lot. Starving to death, a lot more of a concern in the past. I agree, but I think most people think I'm not one of those people. Look, you use the hand you're dealt. Sometimes you're dealt a bad hand and you don't have a way to really progress and living. I think I could last maybe a couple months. After that, I'm probably dying to zombies. I'm already bad enough about my nutrition right now. I'm not going to be better about it then. I'm going to end up wasting away. Especially if I were by myself, no shot. I'm gone. Fresh water alone would be a nightmare. There's a reason that people drank tea so much. It's because you get a flavored water. How are there still this many zombies in this town? But yes, there's they must have come from the burgers. They all crave fire. You're right, actually. Hang on, a dehydrated meat stick in the garbage? Gotta take that. Yoink! Mmm, delicious. 1/4 of a Slim Jim. I do have a whiskey bottle in my car. I could avoid... Aw, man, I can't drink and drive then. Come on. Can't or shouldn't? No, I mean, like, I literally have to use my booze to make the Molotov. We don't care about shouldn't in Zomboid. There's still more? You know what? I gotta get out of this town for a minute. I gotta get away from this place. Yeah, can't in Zomboid is more of a... How physically feasible is it for me to do something? This has gotta be a town. This is Railview Road. You know what? I bet there's a little homestead along this way. But yeah, I love to hang. Aw, I'm out. I don't have an empty. I drank my beer. Anyways, we'll use this other bottle of whiskey for a Molotov next time, because I think that's too many zombies for us to deal with. Let's pop all those magazines back in the backpack. I'm out of canteen water too. Is this multiplayer? It does have multiplayer. The current beta build, which is what I'm playing, does have multiplayer, and it, from what I understand, a lot of people have been really happy with it. I could see it being fun for small co-op stuff. Oh yeah. Like, I wouldn't really try and bring... I should not be driving the van over these bushes. But yeah, if I had like 2 to 4 people that I was like, hey, let's play some Zomboid with, and they were fully committed, I think it could be a really good just group game. As soon as you get more than that, though, it's really hard to keep things together. Schedules start misaligning very rapidly. Which I have been... I'm the one that is most guilty of canceling sessions for our tabletop group now. Which I do feel a little bit bad for. Yesterday I was able to stream as long as I was because I was a fool and messed up my evening, my typical evening plans. Where am I on the map? Where the hell am I going? I googled it and they have like 100 players rebuild civilization bids for Zomboid. Yes, you either want like 6 people or you want a ton of people, because you can sorry, I should say a ton of committed people. Because if you can be like, okay, I should probably not be going down this. If you can get people that are like, if you can get me the resources, I'm 100% committed to doing like blacksmithing. Being able to have somebody that's like a level 10 blacksmith and just be like, okay, you get me the iron, I can make you a sword. That's pretty good. Being able to make the hardcore, like, or a mace. A mace would be very crazy good. Wearing plate mail, chain mail, having 100% bite resistance. Like, sure, the people that have to wear it, they're gonna be a little miserable for a bit. But I'll tell you, wearing around heavy armor, a lot nicer than dying, being swarmed by zombies. Can I sleep in my car? I can. I assume if you die, the run is over? Kind of. If you die, that character in the world is dead. However, you can find their corpse and take all their stuff, and anything that you've done in the world previously is long term. So like you could be like, oh man, my character died. In fact, that's what we did on this world. Our first character, we found a generator manual in the first house, and I completely forgot to that if you leave things out on the ground, they can despawn, and it despawned. So you'd start with fresh character, no skills or whatever, but your base would be intact. Yeah, it's exactly that. Like each character gets their skills and like that's them. But you can just keep using the base as long as whatever is left in the world will still be there unless it's like a drop on the ground, in which case it can despawn. But if you place it, I believe it can't. It's like, you know, it's game memory type stuff. But yeah, I have like almost 300 hours in this game. And I've been playing for, I'm going to say like 14 years off and on. And I'm still not very good at it. Like there are people that are just know the front to back of the game, and it's a lot of preserved skill. Here, let's also equip our lighter and Molotov. Some water too, both IRL and in the game. But yeah, it's a good time waster game. If you have something that you're like, I want it to occupy my hands and I want to be able to like zoom in and out on my concentration level of the game, Zomboid is a good pick. You go, okay, well right now it's kind of RuneScape adjacent in that fashion. You can be like, right now I'm feeling a little bit more relaxed in how I want to play. Here, let's fill up our water. You can just be like, oh, I'm just gonna farm right now. Like, obviously you have to be able to be like, okay, I am committing to this. Being a serious-ish game. So many options for everything. You can disassemble the sink. Yeah. If it exists in the world, it's very likely that you can interact with it in some fashion. Like walls, you can just tear down walls with a sledgehammer. It's a very valuable object because of that. It's kind of going for that hyper realism, or at least like, we want to give you as many options as close to realism in a zombie apocalypse. Like the power goes out and you have to learn how to plumb your sink to your rainwater. The wiki is a highly valuable place for a game like this. See some candy corn. But yeah, like every zombie has its own separate loot. So one of the zombies we just passed has an alarm on their wrist. And because it has an alarm that it's set for, the zombie will essentially have an alarm going off all for like 15 minutes at one point during the day. It is extremely immersive. It's still clunky, but it's very immersive. And that's what people really love it for. Like this build, I think added a lot more skills. It added napping, blacksmithing, like leatherworking, essentially. Just so many different skills that it's like it is almost completely transformed the game again. It has a tendency to do that. I think every like 6-7 years. Don't do it. I didn't mean to do it. Let's just pretend it didn't happen, okay? At least this one time. Anyways, every like 5 or 6 years, the game completely transforms itself and gets a ton of people really invested in the character or two. It's almost live service in it, and it still says it's early access. They're still working on it. And I think they had to almost completely rebuild the game after somebody broke into their studio and stole the code for it. I mean, how can you ever finish a game that's trying to mimic real life? Exactly. Like, you can just keep adding mechanics, but I think this is a title that's going to be in early access for pretty much ever. And that's fine. Factorio did eventually come out, so maybe, well, hang on, did it? Is that one still in early access? I can't remember. Sorry, inventory management requires brain power. I think it's finished. That's good. I think that if you work on a game, official release is 2020. Okay. I thought I remembered it fully releasing. I'm gonna need to keep my arm stitched up for a while, huh? Do I need another suture needle? Oh no, that's a one-time use. That makes sense. What town am I even in? What am I doing? Why am I killing all of these people? I was trying to go to Moldra. There's gonna be like nothing in this town. There's gonna be rotten burgers in the burger store. I guess it's just like making the world a little safer. I have the resources, I might as well. I distracted you with fire. Yeah, yeah, perhaps a little bit. But that's fine. We're off on a little adventure. Oh, there's a gas station here. That's why there's so many zombies. It's a... You do have to fight a big horde at desirable locations a lot of the time. I was like, why the fuck are... This is a nothing town. Why are there so many zombies? Gas station. And since the power's still on, I can fill up the tank. I think this might be like a lakeside or something like that. Where am I? Sorry, just getting lost trying to find myself on the map. It said something about like, I think it is lakeside. Getting late here. Time for manga recap vids before bed. Nice seeing you. Yeah, good to see you too, Unholy. I hope that you enjoy the manga recap vids that you watch. Unfortunate that these carpentry videos aren't that good. Uh-oh. All right, guys. Let's not burn down the trees. Hang on, did I see a zombie here? No? Okay. Do I sign up for finishing the Fallout series? Is that the next thing that we do? We got to actually put in some work on figuring out what. I mean, maybe. That's my issue. I'm like, what is the long form game that I play now? It would be fun. It would be fun. Hang on, is this a what is this? Mortar grinder? That's I think that's useful for something. Zombie, did you break down the back doors? What would your weapon of choice be in a zombie apocalypse? I think I'm partial to a shovel. Anything I can really swing with two arms. I'm a fan of. Half mask respirator. Interesting. Electric blower forge? What? Electric blower? Like for glass? Nail bat? Oh, nail bat is such a good choice. Glass. Champagne glass. Ceramic crucible. Glass blowing pipe. Glass panes. Ceramic sheet mold. Okay. Lots of nails here. This is a good place to have cleared. I'm just going to leave things on the shelves for now. I can always come back for them. Yeah, I think a nail bat would be a... I think that would be a good pick. I think crowbar would also still be high up for me. Spear? Spear is always a good one. Worst part about a spear, really, I would say, is they're known for having their shafts break. Can you please just smash this man's head in? So getting different spearheads and like spear stuff, like if you just got a boar spear, I think that would be perfectly fine for zombies. Really, it just needs that cross guard for to make sure that they can't just walk up the pole at you if you, because like the thing about a spear is it's if you have the proper kind of shaft, then you should like it is a heavy weapon. West Point. Hang on, is that where we are? No, West Point is over here, which is also a relatively large area. But yes, as I was saying, I think a spear. You want the painkillers? I do need those. I need the beta blockers too. What do I use here? What do I have? I have books. That's what I'm... Okay. We'll run back this way then. We can finally drop stuff off in the trunk. Our very full trunk, which is lightening as we use gun on it. And by it, I mean zombie. Gotta use the ammo. Might as well blow away some guys. Am I out of... Yes, let's grab some shotgun ammo too. I love the way that they ragdoll. It's just so ridiculous. What was I doing? Oh yeah, shotgun rounds. I did get a box of them. Slap as many as I can into the bandolier. And then let's reload the shotgun again. Oh good, there's more. There's so many more. Getting stabbed with an umbrella, huh? Yeah, I can see how that wouldn't be the most effective strategy. Only 16 shells in the bandolier now? Aw, man. Did they change how the 12 gauge works? I think they may have. May have revamped some ammo weights. I should have paid attention on this most recent patch notes session. Is that a duffel bag on this guy? Yeah. And I mean, it would be a great way to... Does this guy have... What kind of gloves are those? Just rubber? Really? Okay. I feel like having gloves of any kind for the apocalypse would be nice. Although, you just like putting on gloves. I feel like it's very hard to get a matching sort of anything that's close to matching on the tactile feel for the fingers, you know? Duct tape? Fingerless gloves. Yeah. I mean, if you get bit on the finger, you're probably in a bad spot anyways. Even, well, I guess having a broken finger that means that you don't get infected is better. It just depends. It's situational, huh? Just like everything in life, it's situational. I be getting in situations. Yes. Do not put me in a situation. I will freak the fuck out about it. I'm like the Taco Bell Chihuahua. I'm ready to fall apart in any moment. How long was the Taco Bell Chihuahua a thing for? I'm trying to remember here. At least here in America, I'm sure that it's one of those things that people look at and are like, what the fuck? What are we doing with our advertisements here? I think it was actually a little bit before my time. Like not hugely, but I think it was still in the public record. 97 to 2000. Yeah, so not really in my time. Oh, I left my headlights on. Fuck. The Chihuahua was named Gidget. Gidget the Chihuahua. R.I.P. Gidget. That's the beautiful thing about pets, though. They live very short lives comparatively, but when you give a good life to an animal, very satisfying. Very nice feeling. You know that you were... The lock is broken. Aw, man. Okay, well, this car definitely sucks then. Is this the trash? Sunstar Motel. I have learned that he got sued over the Taco Bell dog for stealing some guy's idea. Yeah, big corporations love to be like, no, that's our idea. You definitely have not. You were definitely not behind it, and you definitely didn't give it to our board. Another thing, earlier this week, I'm making enemies here with this one, probably. Person that has not ever really had an enemy. Map Moldra. There it is. I knew it. How far out are we from Moldra? We're a little bit of a ways away. I think if I just kept going this way, generally we'd be fine. Although, also, Moldra definitely goes out this way. This we could probably do something like this. If I'm conscious enough of it. Anyways, I was saying, the cigarettes. I was saying that MBAs are some of the least ethical people with like the least actual contribution to society. And they were like, I felt bad that they brought up like, oh yeah, I'm looking to go get my MBA. But I was like, maybe I shouldn't have been saying that. Maybe I shouldn't have said that in a chat that I'm not the most familiar with people's history or what sort of certifications they have in any field. But even he was like, "Oh yeah, this is just typical behavior." Not of me, but like that is I you're not wrong. This is just how a lot of MBAs act. And then they told a story about how somebody they worked with, the guy was in the ward, which for Mormons is like having somebody in your ward so that you can be like, "Oh yeah, I kind of tangentially know them." Is one of the like they can do no wrong in their eyes kind of ways, which is crazy. If you don't know somebody that well, you got to be like you got to be okay with saying, "Hey, maybe we need to actually hire somebody that has had a good idea and that has not said, mm, we know it's not moral." Wait, I shouldn't have eaten those oysters, should I? Ah, well. This is also exactly why Mormons keep getting suckered into MLMs. It's true. It's a cult. My my sister was almost groomed by a guy that was like a sex pest. And it had to have like the guy ended up moving away because the shame and like everything coming to light just like within my own family. I was like, what the fuck? This she called me one day saying this, and it was just it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, this is really bad. This should not be a question on, oh, we may be taking this. Let's take this gurney out. I can just drop the gurney. But yeah, anyways, I had to have several discussions with my sister preventing me from uh flipping my shit publicly about this because I was ready. I was ready to throw down. The guy has always been a creep. And she talked about it previously and I was just like, I heavily considered throwing a brick through a window. But considering that I'm still here and not in legal issues, I I did not throw a brick through a window. It should be fairly evident that that did not occur with how that resolved. Anyways, this is just to highlight that yes, it's a cult. You're supposed to support your ward like unconditionally. Yeah, like you are. It is very much cult mindset of like you are. These are your best friends. They will be your ride or dies. Now you must be their ride or die. It's crazy. The idea of it is just simply because somebody is in proximity of you, that does not mean that they are a good person. I would like to think that we could all be good people surrounding each other, but you can't control people. And people will do what they so wish. Does this have gas? Oh no, please please be unlocked on this. Shit. Well, that's fine. Keeping a cigarillo? My god, the 90s were a different time. Early 90s specifically. Well, let's hotwire the engine. Does it have gas? Does she have gas for us? Also, the sirens might be a good thing to, Duh. Okay, that's fine. We'll just fill her up. We'll steal the gas out of this car. Also, siphoning is something that you can't really do in the modern day. I tried to I tried to siphon my own tank because I just bought it, and my car ended up dying on me. And I was like, I spent $40 on that. I might as well like give it to somebody else. Was that car particularly good? No, but I loved it. That's hilarious. I don't want to just waste $40. I was donating the car anyway. I just wanted like I wanted half my tank back maybe. Oh, like sure maybe it's not the most glamorous. Did my car just die because I stole the gas out of it? Huh, I did steal enough out of it then. That was a very specific amount of gas. I must have moved at a very specific rate in order for this to have used like 8.2997 gallons. Also, driving around in an ambulance is kind of swag. I gotta be real. The burger, the burger van also got some swag, but this place got sirens, man. Is it swag? Yeah. I think driving around in a burger van or B an ambulance, that's a little swag. If you're not in uniform, I think it's swag. If you're in uniform, it's just like, eh. Well, maybe that applies more for the burger van. Honestly, if this ambulance is still stocked, it's probably not a bad idea to have with you. No. Like this one came pre-stocked. I moved my stuff into it. Like we got a pre-packed trauma bag. That's awesome. And it's not beat to shit like my other one. Um we'll just take all of this and slap it into the trauma bag. We'll just take two of them. We'll just have two of them. So what? Where am I? But yeah, if you are an EMT, you're swag. You heard it here first. You are also swag for being a firefighter. First responders, aside from cops, EMTs are swag. EMTs are swag. Like, for sure. If you, if for your life you save other people, that's pretty swag. Actually, that reminds me. One of the people I was with for my training on Friday was a part-time EMT and like by day did like medical stuff. I was like, this person deserves a medal. By day, they're uh you know, administering people to the local place, like doing something related to medical stuff. And by night, they're saving people in an as an EMT. I just hope by day they weren't doing insurance stuff, because well, I should say not doing insurance stuff in the capacity of working for an insurance. Although insurance, like, everybody hates insurance, right? I can't be the only one that thinks it's a total scam. That we have to be like, pay monthly or ruin your life with medical debt. Okay, well, no, it's just you actually. Uh, yet another contrarian opinion by Mitchell, I guess. We surely didn't have a guy kill uh somebody else for it. No, it's just me. We just had weird experiences. People would write that off. This is all a joke, of course. Eat corned beef. You know, I still haven't had corned beef. I should probably do that at some point. Chickpeas and beans. Like, obviously, I gotta stock up on beans. I'm the classic bean individual. Individual? No, that's not really anything. Anyways, daring takes today, I'm sure. Everybody loves insurance. EMTs are swag. Like, that's a given. Come on, guys. We don't need to argue about that. I think that's it. Allegedly. That's true. He did allegedly do that. And even then, his trial might be dealt with, let's say. Simply because of the stupidity of the police officers involved. I think that's funny. Just like, oh, of course. The cops are so dog shit at their jobs. I'll say it right here. Being a cop, not swag. I would say it's the opposite of swag. It's in the I think you're a dangerous person and I don't want you anywhere near me kind of category. The Omega Department. I think the fitness club, like, I always just grab all these. You're all in one store. Dog Goblin 4. Dog 4 Oblin. Zero gravity. Fuck yeah. I love. You know, I think fondly of VHS tapes and, like, video rental stores. Like, it's definitely, we are at the end of that era. Having physical media, it's pretty swag, also. Not having anybody tell you you don't own something, kind of swag. That's what this is devolving into today, just, is it swag? Is it swag? That's a nice horde of zombies here. Sizable cluster. I don't think we're gonna kill all of them with the crowbar. Maybe. Actually, never mind. We got a couple of good hits in. She's kind of jacked. Carol? Carol's kind of swag. She's realizing her full potential. Farming and rural supply. Yo. Actually? What the hell town am I in? Food market? I mean, all of the meat in here is going to be rotten. Yeah. Can I wear an apron over top? No, my outfit. Yeah, that's all just rotten meat. Silly me. Should have left the door closed. Not door frozen. Man, I would definitely be wearing the chef's hat if I did not have the bunny ears. Although all of these freezers are still functioning. Too bad you can't perch it atop the ears. Yeah. That would be nice. The nice thing about traveling in Zomboid is that you get to eat for free. No one can stop you from... Nobody can stop you from just pulling over and being like, I wonder if any of these houses has cans in it. Killing them by the red light. Lots of canned food out here. Crackle bar. Just a lot of food. Is this what stalking was like? Oh, okay. There were two of them. A laceration on my head. Owie. Wrap a rag around that real quick. I'll disinfect that in a moment. I also turned off, or do I still have it as a possibility for laceration? I don't know. The rag back on it. What a fit we've got. Let's do a quick wash off too. I think it's still turned on, but I don't remember. I don't remember either. I think I may have left it on for laceration. Or was it? I think it's saliva only. That's it. Yeah. I think I did do saliva only. It makes it a lot less terrifying. So also wash everything in my body off because it's been a long time. Let's be able to enjoy a little bit of clean clothing day. How come none of these rooms have their damn light switch on? Oh, we've stumbled into the mother lode. At least for baking. Chalky chips. Brown sugar. Chocolate chips. Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking... Ooh, I wonder if you can make brownies. I wonder if that's a recipe that you can find. I'm gonna bet against it. I think that might be too much of an American kind of dessert. And the Zomboid staff have spaced it. Can I get seeds from any of these? I could try and grow my own lemon, lime, or pineapple. That would probably not go very well, but... Also, I should be able to collect seeds from squash. Squash and eggplants. Come on. I should be able to grow several different types of seeded gourd, not just... Squashes are actually like crazy good fiber too. A stale potato. How much to eat one of these rotten fruit? I'm not gonna do it unless there's money on it. Also, I do wish that I could grow trees. Trees. Rip delicious fruits. The saddest story ever told. Delicious fruit not eaten. A truly tragic tale. Oh, hang on. I can collect seeds from strawberries. God, it would be so disgusting collecting seeds out of moldy fruit, actually. I'm thinking of what that would feel like, and I'm like, ugh. Can we get grape seeds? Can we start making wine in this game too? Can we become the old school monk living in a... Although do grapes grow well in this region? I feel like they have to, at least a little bit. Like, it's probably not going to be very good in Kentucky, but I think it could be a thing. It's disgusting. Yeah, the idea of having to spend more than, like, any amount of time... really spending any amount of time having to do it would be gross. Not my ideal, for certain. Should I blow away this rat? Get back here, rat! Oh my god, I hit it. I kind of thought it would just explode. Gray rat female. Well, let's butcher it, I guess. I did kill it. Okay, I may have made a silly mistake in firing off my gun shooting at a rat. I thought I'd cleared out this area well enough. This is one of the reasons that I would die very rapidly in a zombie apocalypse IRL. I'd be like, yeah, I can blow away that rat. Oh no, I've just attracted an entire city's worth of zombies to my location. Oh my god, I'm gonna need another Molotov for this area, huh? Holy. This is... You pressed the button of summon zombie horde. This is why you shouldn't randomly fire at wildlife, dumbass. Sorry, rude ass. Well, it's kind of a dumbass decision to do something like this. Perhaps a little silly of me. Yeah, that's a big enough cluster. You think I'll be able to get my rat? Nope. I will not be able to get that rat. Good fucking god. Good god. Yeah, there's so many of them. I've already killed so many. I was like, surely this will not be an issue. And here we are. I'll just go back to the area of town that I have cleared out better. I'll go the long way for it. Take it the long way home. One of these houses was safest to go into. I think it was this one. My hands are writing checks that my ass should not be trying to cash. I did blow that rat away, though. So... worth? Queasy? Oh no. Never blow a rat away. I think I might be sick related to, the raw oyster I ate. Copium. I think it might be that. Where'd my fries go? Did I put them in the wrong bag? It would be really funny if your character got zombie sick from you doing a foolish thing again. It would be, yes. Would I deserve it? Yes. Would I be happy? No. I think you can understand my reasoning on that. Because we've earned quite a few bits of XP on this character. Carol, you can keep it together, right? You've survived worse. Think a choco chip. Smoking a cigarette after eating a ho-oh or ho-ho. Is that what they're called? Ho-ho the bird? Yeah, we eat those here. You know, if I'm in the zombie apocalypse, I am taking up smoking, though. Did I burn my food? Yes. I burnt my french fries. Well, those will go under the sink. Yep, that's where that's where burnt French fries go. Sorry, just the idea of that is so funny to me. Like a toddler just I can't deal with this right now. Put this in under the sink. Burnt French fries sink stash. It just feels like such a petulant child thing to do. Just I put my French fries. I put my French fries. Those don't go in the trash though. Can I please click on the sink? No, I guess not. Well, let's eat some veggies. But yeah, it just feels so comically like petulant child kind of thing of just like, I don't know how the world works yet. You know what that means? Is my health going down? Am I dying? No, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. Copium. Is my head bandage still bad? Yeah, it's a little bad. Take some beta blockers too. It's fine, Carol. You're so good. Things will never get worse. Things will always be good for you. Things will never get bad, and if they do, it's somebody else's fault. Okay? We're gonna girl boss our way through this. We're gonna stay swag. I thought I'd removed that option. No, no. It wasn't even blowing away the rat that did this to me. Alright, well, let's go back up to Riverside. It was me just opening a door and there being 2 zombies when I expected there to be 1. Time to find somewhere good to leave your stuff. Yep, that's why we're going to Riverside. It'll be okay, Carol. I promise. You're totally fine. You've killed at least 1,000 zombies. Yes, you killed 1,065. That's a lot of people. That's like the population of some small towns. Or Carol, yeah. We salute for Carol. She's probably killed closer to, I'm gonna say like 1,200 to 1,500 with the Molotovs. Just fire doesn't count. Very silly of me to it's easy to do a post-mortem on a character because I can pinpoint exactly where it happened and what happened in the brain there. It was just expectation meeting reality. Should have opened the door expecting more than just one. That's fine, though. Everything's fine, Carol. Things are never going to get worse, ever. Oh, also, we were coming into winter a little bit, too. They got your ass with the Dark Souls trick? Fuck, they did. They did. You expect one guy to attack you after opening the chest. What about two guys? What about the chest attacking you? Just seeing the health bounce like that. The minor... It's also a more painful one, too, if I'm remembering correctly. Where is this? Yeah, okay, we're pulling into town. Well, Carol, if you're gonna die, let's fully barricade up your place. Let's just get in the mindset of Carol for a moment. If you know that you're going to die, if I knew I was gonna die, I would probably be like, well, I might as... I have some time before I go. Taking as many bitches as I can with me. Considering how vacated Riverside is, I think we do... I would be like, well, I have a project that I still need to get done, so... If I can fortify my base and die with... with that taken care of, that's a pretty big, it's a pretty big deal. So we're gonna have Carol fortify herself and go full copium and be like, I'm never gonna die. I'm immortal. I'm gonna finish my projects on the house, and then I'm gonna hole up there, and things are never gonna be bad again. And I'm gonna become a farmer, and I'll never leave my house. This is how some people cope, which is wild to me. Oh yeah, it's a... it's a wild thing. Coping mechanisms. Things will never be bad again. I can just bunker down in my house. Nothing will get through. I can just shoot it. And then once I shoot it, I'll just, I'll run their pockets or whatever. Where are my nails? There they are. Yeah, denial, the stages of grief. Denial is one some people never get past. I wonder if I'll be able to actually complete... if I sit down and focus on this, would I actually be able to complete it? I mean, not today, of course. I mean, yeah, we're gonna do complete denial copium and try and get back here with the next character. I kind of talked myself into making Carol a denial person. I think it's funny. I think it makes for an interesting narrative. Anyways, we'll just go back inside and see about making more progress on this next time. Anyways, we're over time right now. So we'll just stop Zomboid there. Thanks everybody for stopping by and for hanging out. Much appreciated. I hope you enjoyed some Zomboid. And who is live right now? Brongo's playing Omicron. I think we raid into Omicron because that game sucks. And I think it's funny. Anyways, go say hi to Brongo. The Brongler. Anyways, bye. Love y'all. Mwah.
That. Yo, I believe in Mitts. That's what I believe in. Hi, Mitts. Thank you for the raid. Hello, Raiders. What were you up today? Was it a Fallout day? Also, Snag, I hope you had a good weekend. And Mitts. Old legends say before Cobalt Wars, one tradition in the primitive was to offer one of their virgins as a sacrifice to their gods. In return, the gods gave them one vision of their future. Shit, I don't think this helps me. I don't think I can sacrifice any virgins that I know of. Oh, resurrect spell to raise the dead. Mix a Jin Pan feather and 7 drops of shadow in the Besham. Okay, the Jin Pan feather must be those peacocks that I see in the park, because I haven't seen any other birds in the entire game, and they look way too important. Okay, I knew I got those drops of Jupiter in her hair for some reason. Finished Fallout 2 yesterday after 7 hours straight. Oh goddamn. Well, I hope it was fun.